In the Ashanti Empire's history, there is one particular family that produced three kings and two queen mothers, but none of the kings that they produced are remembered fondly due to their individual actions that went against the empire during their reign. It involves two brothers, their nephew, their mother, and their sister, all locked up in a political struggle that leaves the Asante Empire with a serious succession issue. Into the death of the Asante Henekwe Kudia, on his deathbed, he informs the head of the crown princes that he prefers Ajimambi to rule after him. At this time was just 7 years old. Asante chiefs felt the boy was too young to rule the Asante Empire. And so the chiefs decided that they were going to nominate the uncle Kofi Kakari to rule as the Asante Hene. Kofi Kakari became Asante Hene. The Asantes had just lost to the British in the Second Anglo-Asante War. Instead of Kofi Kakari to focus his efforts on securing a victory for the Asantes, he ended up becoming a decision that the chiefs of the Asantes regretted very quickly. One of the most popular commodities coming from the Asante Empire around this time is gold. You would expect Kofi Kakari to spend his gold on the Asante army. He preferred to spend the gold lavishly on the women that he invited to his palace to dance for him. Now, by 1873, the pressure on Kofi Kakari to end the British interference in Asante affairs once and for all was very immense. Against the wishes of his mother, who was Queen Mother of the Asante Empire this time, Kofi Kakari led his army into the Third Anglo-Asante War. Ultimately, the Asante army were defeated by the British. Kofi Kakari did something that was unthinkable for any Asante Hene. He abandoned his men and fled to Bantam. While at Bantam, he visited the graves of his predecessors and proceeded to desecrate these graves. Now, usually when a king dies in the Asante Empire, they are buried with gold and other items that the people believe that they would need on the other side. Kofi Kakari took the gold from these graves and gave it to the women that were with him. His mother discovered this crime and reported him to the Asante chiefs. This led the Asante chiefs to force Kofi Kakari to abdicate his throne and banish him from the kingdom. Yaya Chan, the sister, tried to honor the wishes of the previous Asante Hene. Once again, those wishes were ignored, and Mensah Bonsu, the brother of Kofi Kakari, was selected as the next Asante Hene. Now, I don't want to brag about this book, but it's been described as the African version of Game of Thrones or Lord of the Rings. If you're looking for your next fantasy read and you're looking for something that has magic, war, romance, and is based on a little bit of history, I would want to recommend The Usurper's Dream. This novel tells the story of the early beginnings of the Asante Empire and how its founders created a kingdom that today is known as one of the most documented kingdoms around the world. There's a number on the screen if you're in Ghana and you'd want to get a copy. If you're outside Ghana, log on to Amazon.com and order your copy today. Mensah Bonsu proved to be more unpopular than his brother. Right upon ascension, he made it clear that he had no intention of pursuing war. Eventually, his unpopularity led many states in Asante-Man to start to rebel. His sister Yaya Chan led to him being destood and being banished from Kumasi. So now the path was clear for Yaya Chan to push forth Ajiman Kofi to be the next Asante Hene. It wasn't an easy terrain for her, as there were still people in Asante-Man who did not believe Ajiman Kofi could rule the kingdom at this time. Eventually, her wish was granted and her son became the next Asante Hene. Unfortunately for both of them, Ajiman Kofi died from smallpox 3 months into his reign, leaving the Asante kingdom without a leader at a very pivotal time.